Hello, everyone. Today I'm back again with another Fear Street review, and today I am covering the Advent calendar, which is currently streaming on Shudder. Knowing me, there may be a few spoilers. I'm going to do my best to try and steer clear of them, but sometimes they just happen. I don't even know what I'm doing to them. So if you haven't watched the film yet, if you want to pause now and go to Shudder and watch and then come back, I'll still be here. I'll still be fierce, and we'll get back into it. So, in the Advent calendar, on Ava's birthday, her friend Sophie gives her a strange Advent calendar. It's not the traditional treats you find when you open each drawer, but quirky gifts that are scary and get bloodier. And when I say they get bloodier, I mean they get bloodier. Yeah, so there's a lot of things working really well from this movie. Um, I loved so many of the characters. Again, I love that our protagonist is using a wheelchair. I think that that's super cool. She's a great character. Lots of layers to her, and she's performed really well. Then her best friend Sophie, she's really fun. She's just a fun best friend character, and I really liked that. All the love interests, which I'm not going to go into all that, but I liked them all. They all hit me in some way. And the characters that you were supposed to hate, I definitely hated. Like the Ava's stepmom. Oh, her hair was fierce though. But she was a you know what. And then the girl that's trying to take Ava's job, didn't like her. Ava's boss. Ugh. Anyway, so there were definitely characters that I didn't care for, but that was on purpose. Um, Lengthwise, pacing wise, it did drag a little bit in the middle. I feel like it would have been served really well to again just take 10 minutes off. It right now it runs at about an hour 40 minutes. Again, as Sheree and I always say, the magic number for a film is an hour and a half. And this one really didn't need some of those extra shots in the middle. So I think that that would have served the pacing a little better. The gore was super effective. There's a moment, again, spoilers, but there is a moment that one of my favorite characters died, but the way that they died, it was crazy. So fun, super effective, super gross. It was definitely scary. The suspense and the tension really built throughout this film really nicely. But I would think that this is could be good for like a horror novice, someone that doesn't like the really scary stuff. Because there was enough suspense that I think that could work. I would say on like a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, this would be about a 6, maybe a 6.5 for me. The monster is scary. The demon thing that you do see is scary, but yeah, I do think that you could watch it if you're like a little bit of a don't like to be scared. I was a little confused at the end, and I need somebody. If you've watched this movie, get in my DMs because I want to know people's thoughts on the end of this movie. Again, I'm not going to say what happens because spoiler. But it just, what? I have questions. And I will say there was one part that I do think, if you have any history with sexual assault and that is triggering for you, there is a part of this film that could potentially be a trigger. And I just think it's important to say that. Maybe that's a spoiler, I don't know, but yeah, so overall, this is a yay for me. It was a really interesting horror film. I would recommend it to most horror fans, especially if you're into like Christmas like me and you love horror. This is it's definitely not as campy as like a Krampus, but it's still really, I don't know if fun is the right word, but that's what's coming to mind. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So special thanks to our friends at Shudder for making this review possible. Of course, like I said earlier, the film is streaming right now on Shudder. So go watch it and let me know your thoughts. Hit us up. Let me know in the comments if you agree, you disagree, and if you have questions about the ending, get up in my DMs because I need somebody to tell me something. All right. As always, make sure you stay fierce out there